Well, so since we get a full Poison Ivy section later on, let's do a brief talk about her now, and we'll touch more on her later. How's that sound?
I like that.
So,
Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Pamela Lillian Isley.
I'm sure you're very proud of that.
I'm very proud of that. I love that the queerest woman in DC has my name.
Is she so much queer, or does she just hate men with a burning, ungodly passion?
No, that's not fair. She's different. Part of the problem is that her powers just sort of involve kissing people.
Yeah.
So she's going to be a little queer
really does
either
hate
way.
Men.
Well, I think she just hates humans, to be fair. What the hell is going on up in here? Hey, friend.
You need to get me out of this cell.
You're not enjoying spending time with the mannequin?
I need it out there. I can help you. Please, someone help me.
But I can blow up here.
Yay, blow the thing up.
All right. Or it could be goddamn Riddler trophies.
Riddler trophies. Distracting you from plot since whatever year this game came out.
Yeah, that's the one part of this thing we didn't research before we started playing. So, anyways, more on Poison Ivy aside from the man-hating jokes I've made already.
Yes. Ivy is a plant-themed villain, as I'm sure you figured out.
Maybe I can blow this up.
Spray explosive gel. Spray it. Yeah. Nobody cares, Sharpie.
Nope, not explosive.
Save cash.
I'm working on it.
Harley! Ah! You have to help me.
Ivy? Gee, you look like crap. Maybe I can sneak you some shampoo.
The plants, can't you hear them? They're crying out to me in agony.
Yeah? Well, I really don't have time for this.
Please let me out. They'll die without me.
I don't know, Red. You're not on Mr. J's party list. Oh, well.
Please!
What the heck? I'll cut you a break.
That feels so much better.
She's a good kid.
I could watch those two all day. What a riot! And speaking of riots, here's a bit of civil unrest I cooked up just for you.
So, he's now just unleashed my least favorite enemy in the entire game, and I remember on my first playthrough, this is why I started getting a little annoyed with this game, actually, thanks to those guys, but more on them when they actually show up.
It's useless.
Your terminal has been destroyed. Give me the sequencer.
What? Oh, yes, of course. It's useless. Half the code won't get you anywhere. We're trapped in here.
Oh yeah, guys, cryptographic sequencer.
The most useless of the Batman gadgets.
Way out. Always.
Cryptographic sequencer is actually one of my favorite ways to find Easter eggs, at least in City and Origins. Because there's passwords.
Yeah.
But if you're not into that, then you're not into that. It certainly doesn't really help with beating people up. And if you have it as one of your hotkeys, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
This gate when I leave.
Good idea. I'll have someone of my stature.
Wait, what?
Remember when that was Cash in there earlier?
I'm super confused.
Prepare for a scarecrow moment.
Oh, dear.
So what I gave this game a lot of points for is the fact that it does foreshadow the scarecrow moments a little better than it has any right to in some regards. And you may have noticed that I can now go up here, which I couldn't earlier. Just don't think I could. Yep.
Oh, dear. Oh, look. It's a trophy that we don't need, really. But we can cryptographic sequence it.
So, anything else you want to say about Poison Ivy before we move on from this area?
I mean, the one bit that you get from watching Harley and Ivy together is they are sort of the the other pairing that's not Harley and Joker, and they are sort of a very weird love triangle.
They have a whole whatchamacallit, like comic series about that, don't they, or something like? It's like
Well,
Gotham City Sirens.
Gotham City Sirens. Ivy is a Gotham City Siren, as is Harley, as is Catwoman. Oh no, she's not in there.
Yeah, we saw her leave.
I know, but Batman's discovering that now. Batman, do you have an opinion?
A little more serious.
Oh,
It's not an Hey, Let's Play.
okay.
We can do one of those later if you want.
So we're about to hit some problematic mental...
Please let me call them crazies, because I think they're literally called psychos in the enemy list or something like that.
I was about to say, we're about to hit some problematic mental illness tropes. Not to say that Batman has ever been good at addressing mental illness, including in the Arkham Asylum house.
Well, to a certain extent, even his own, he's not really addressed. And as I mentioned earlier, these are my most hated enemies in the game because they'll just kind of pop up and they're super easy to take down, but if for some reason you mess it up, they'll take out like half your health.
Surprise! You know, Bats, I always thought there was a spark between us. Well, now there is. I know, you're shocked. Come and get me, Bats. I double dare ya.
So, favorite little thing they threw in this game they didn't actually have to, that's my favorite item in the game, is these electrified floors. Because I like to believe there's some slightly less Batman villain, more humane version of these in the real world that could be implemented in prisons to make riots a thing of the past. And I know it's horrible to think.
Well, the problem is that tasing, which is again a really easy video game design thing, is actually like it hurts, but it's not always effective. Especially when you're dealing with somebody who is having a psychotic break or is on drugs or is generally not being rational. And I think that's the thing is that like riots, you have a mob mentality, but sometimes it's also in the head. Harley!
Was that as easy as it looked? Huh. Well, it won't be so easy trying to catch me. Mwah!
Oh, Harl. Oh, Harl.
Now, I know someone's mad at me for calling the cryptographic sequencer the worst weapon in the game, but it really is the worst weapon in the game.
It's not a weapon. That's my point. It's a tool.
Worst piece of equipment, sorry. So do you know about this little Easter egg?
I can't even read it. I have astigmatism. Oh, ventriloquist. Hello, friend.
We touched on him briefly earlier. It's a little big for him personally, I think, but who knows?
I was gonna say, as long as the girlfriend's holding it. The thing about the ventriloquist and Scarface is that even though Scarface is the dummy, he's usually the boss. Although usually the way that ventriloquists change identities is that they try and fight off Scarface and either end up dead or actually manage to do it with the help of B-Man and friends.
So part of my dislike for the cryptographing in this game is it's basically just two thumbstick manipulations, which never felt satisfying to me in the dumbest way possible. It's the only gadget in the game that does not make me feel like Batman, if that makes any sense. Like, any idiot could use the cryptographer, in my view.
It is... Oh, Victor. Victor Zaz.
The people you killed. Ah, the zombies. They are all people, Victor. They are zombies. Continuously shuffling through the daily grind. Waiting for someone to You mean kill them? The police report states that he's murdered, or liberated, if you like, 20 young women in the last 3 months. Each had her throats lucky to be chosen to receive my gift. I doubt they would agree with you. Really? How about you, Miss Cassidy? As you take the elevator to your apartment tonight, open the 6 locks to apartment 430.
Nope, sorry. I thought the cop was still alive. My bad.
Again, sit down on your favorite red chair, cat on lap, just waiting for something to happen. I can make it happen. I am your salvation.
I was never a big fan of Zaz as a villain, which we sort of addressed him.
Yeah, we
but
talked about him earlier.
He's a goon. He's a little bit of a one-trick pony.
Like we mentioned, though, he's kind of the only just serial killer-esque enemy Batman has.
He's a Criminal Minds villain. But I think the interesting thing that we've talked a little bit about with Harley is that, yeah, she has a PhD and she's an acrobat. She does gymnastics. She was sort of pre-built to be a good Joker henchwoman.
I think in the second game they added if you countered those guys, you automatically knock them out, which I thought was a nice touch. Because I got real sick of just doing this over and over and over. And they're worth a disgusting amount of XP. That's the saddest part about them. It's not a favorite design choice. It's one of the few real design choices, I think, that Rocksteady made that I actually disagree with quite a bit for the character.
Yeah, it's a very weird interpretation of what an Arkham inmate would be, because it is what makes these guys dangerous that they're kind of irrational? Uh-oh, Calendar Man.
Your favorite, Lil.
Calendar Man!
So, he doesn't actually make an appearance in this game. Do you want to talk about the Calendar Man quickly?
I would love to talk about the Calendar Man. So, there... thing about Calendar Man that makes him kind of wonderfully literary and sort of not at all realistic in terms of the, Criminal Minds approach. Because Zaz sort of steals his methodology from actual, serial killers. He talks a little bit like Bundy and all those other messed up dudes.
He is one of the truly unstable villains Batman has. Does not trying to blow up. He's just kind of nuts.
Yeah, he just likes killing girls. Yeah. He's a killer of women. Calendar Man, however, is obsessed with holidays and days. And he likes to do themed crimes. So on Thanksgiving, he takes over somebody's house. Hey, Harl.
Finally turned up, the Dark Knight himself. How's it hanging, Babs? Got a little problemo for you. See those 2 guards in here? I know. Shocking. How you gonna save them?
We find all the wires and the water and the electricity.
So Calendar Man.
Calendar Man. One footnote to this sort of problem, though, that I will say is one of the things about Harley and Joker that's always been very interesting is that Joker gets mad at Harley because her schemes, her criminal schemes, because once she catches Batman, and Joker doesn't let her kill him because it's quote unquote not funny enough. So
I think we talked about that already, actually.
Yeah, but I think the interesting thing about the designs for these traps is that they don't always have the sense of irony that I expect for a Joker.
Give me one of those.
For a Joker trap. I like there to at least be a pun. Come on.
Yeah. As most people seem to. Oh, right. I have to cut them down now.
Cut him down.
Or is it cut? No, it's not. So Calendar Man.
Calendar Man. So at Thanksgiving, he invaded a family dinner.
Now you have only 30 seconds to get out. Bye-bye.
Need to get the security gate down. Hurry!
We have to get the security date down.
Yeah.
Time missions are fun.
Not in this game.
The thing about Calendar Man is that everything is sort of weirdly themed, and he will leave on Valentine's Day. He stages a date and then kills the girl. And
how do I do this room again? Oh, there. I was right. Didn't get there fast enough.
Aw. Oh, Joker gas.
So, not to derail Lil again, and she'll talk about this once this game reloads. This was the first of the Batman games, and I remember I had some issues when I first played it of little things not quite working, like that. If you got to a puzzle too quickly before it triggered, it could kill you by accident.
Yeah, it's cool though to see some of the, because every time you fail, there's different villain fail screens.
Oh yeah, and that's why I've left them in.
Yeah. Some of them are more enjoyable than others. That one was mostly, oh look, Harley is leaning over, but whatever.
Turned up. Night himself. How's it hanging, Babs?
So Calendar Man, start from the beginning.
Calendar Man! Julian Day. He is obsessed with dates and holidays, and all his villainy and kills, basically, are generally themed around the holidays that he's working with. My favorite is the Thanksgiving one, just because it's very, very creepy.
I'm not sure I know this one.
He invades this family's house and basically reenacts what is that movie called? The Funny Games. he reenacts Funny Games. Hoo boy, yeah. And sort of the idea of themed family stuff.
Only 30 seconds.
But he leaves, chocolates for the Valentine's Day murder, and pumpkins and Halloween stuff. But he's also really great because he has these weird rhymes that he loves. And he will sing the rhymes for you. And when he's written well, the rhymes are sort of...
Oh, I thought we were both gonna die in there.
You're safe now.
You going out? Witch? I saw her heading out of the door as we got out of the room.
She won't get away. I'll stop her and then her boyfriend.
Good. Listen, I'll go try and get the ventilation system working. If you find her, don't go easy on her. For me.
You're expecting congratulations? Come on, try and catch.
Oh, I'm working on it, Harley. I'm working on it.